Good evening, guys. We would like to present our idea. We name our idea as WaterBITS. This idea was a solution for the problem we know of a very long need for a solution to the problems of farmers and in terms of irrigation because of following of insufficient, inefficient and orthodox methods of irrigation from generations and generations without any change to current day scenarios. Secondly, even because of such insufficient methods, this causes financial troubles for the farmers, which lead to an exponential decay in their crop yield and financial health also. There is another aspect that does affect us, which is not much in our hand, that is soil degradation by means of global warming and pollution, which we cannot currently handle in that great quantities, but we can contribute to them also. To tackle these problems, the solution we would be implementing first is to make use of automated, data-driven and calculated solutions for at that point time conditions for the soil needed for that point times of irrigation. From the solutions would be taken from databases or sources, for example, Oracle or already stored data from Google API by means of APIs and etc. Our second objectives can use smart contracts by Dojima's platform for the transaction purposes of WaterBITS, where the buyer and the seller will be undergoing the transaction through the contracts. Then we can use other objectives which involve the negating water wastage and other resources. And we also provide a long-term decentralized source of help to the farmers and the other buyers of our product. The utilities we would be using in this project would be, first of all, the automated and calculated means of supplying the irrigation solutions. That would be the first utility we would be providing. Secondly, the blockchain part would be integrated so as to have a financial means of connectivity between directly the farmer and us without any other centralized authority. That is the main point of it being decentralized. And thirdly, this would help to increase the crop yield both in terms of quality and quantity and help the farmer financially over the years with a trusted system which they can implement as they wish based on our further, like we'll discuss how that the system would work. And the frameworks we did use for the implementation of this project were first of all, the Python for the connectivities, the Dojima for the financial connectivities, and the databases for the solutions and calculations we need to make for the irrigation conditions. So now I shall be explaining on how the product works. So the minimal viable product we have shows that we will first use Verilog sensors to collect the sensor data from the soil. And we shall send this data to our software, which includes Python, where they receive the sensor data and they send it to the database, any database for further reference and storage. Then the database which is storing this for future reference can act as a reserve and where the data will be stored for future reference, and different soil conditions can be later retracted back by Python. Automate the entire process to take place at regular intervals of time. The data from the Python can be sent back to the machine using APIs and everything to regulate the water overflow in the irrigation system. Now we shall get into the financial aspects of this project. So whenever a buyer or a farmer wants to get into a product of WaterBITS, they would need to buy several hardware setups, which include the Arduino sensors and Verilog sensors, the irrigation equipment with the drip pipelines and everything. And also our software, which they need to access from the Python. So the financial transactions which shall be taking place between us and the buyers shall take place on the platform of Dojima, which ensures transparency and automation in the entire subscription process. So in the Dojima Omni-chain, which we shall be using for transactions, the transactions related to these would be taking place in a subscription model where there would be given a certain validity periods over which they would be buying and renewing the product. This approach would allow them to have a specific period of time, the product, and later renew the subscription in the help of smart contracts, and this will automate their own experience. And the previous subscription, once expired, will be stored back into the databases so that they will be archived in their own subscription base. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. That's all.